Get on top of Alex there.
This is really, really massive because this is the first show that Unfolding Theatre has ever taken to Edinburgh, and it's also the first show I've ever taken to Edinburgh. Hilariously, in my life, I've funded other companies to take shows to Edinburgh, but I've never done it myself.
Unfolding Theatre's Best in the World is one of 6 shows that will play on a daily basis as part of Northern Stage at St Stephen's. The new venue will be competing for audiences with hundreds of others across Edinburgh as part of the world's largest arts festival.
The biggest thing is getting some noise about it, it's getting some buzz, so that's very reliant on press, but also within the industry, because there's so many people here making shows that actually they are also your audience, and if they're talking about you, then that helps, so there's that momentum's important. But it's really the work. In the end, it's the work. It's all about whether people come to a show and think, it's good there, I'm going to go and see something else, or tell their mates to come and see that show. A lot of it is about crossing our fingers and shouting as loud as we can, yeah.
No! It's Mr. C! His arm's fallen off!
To help St Stephen's stand out from the crowd, the electrical team are installing floodlights on the outside of the church.
It's not just about the shows, it's about how the building looks as well. So we've got to do, make sure it looks... Make sure we're seen, I guess, from the top of the street.
Before the floodlights can be installed, a 70-metre cable has to be run from the top of the building to the ground floor. But in this 19th century Grade A listed church, nothing is straightforward. To help run the venue, Northern Stage have recruited 14 volunteers from across the north of England.
It's the volunteers' first day of training, and they've done quite a lot of listening and being in the venue this morning and finding out about lots of the shows. So now we've come out of the church to try and make some friends with people that live and run businesses nearby. So we're doing a charm offensive on local residents to help us have a bit bigger crowd when we open, and also to get some good word of mouth from people that live nearby about what's going on, and they should hopefully tell all their customers, and then everybody will come and it'll be brilliant.
Yeah, very fun.
They were happy.
Happy, we made friends.
The Fringe is genuinely run by volunteers, and sometimes their deals are not great, and I think here we want to change that. And if we were going to invite people, we should find a way for them to at least have a roof over their heads and have some food on the table and get a small amount of money. But also, I think more importantly is to provide a training mechanism within that.
As well as marketing the shows and working front of house, some of the volunteers will be trained as technical assistants.
I am painting all of these boards by the side of the seating in stage 1 black, so that there's a lovely uniformity in the theatre. I have a theory that technicians are actually secretly goths, and that they just want everything to be black.
I'm painting this black in stage 1, and I've just got paint on the speaker.
With the venue staging 6 shows a day, the team has a 30-minute window between performances to remove one set and get in the next one. Each production has its own lighting setup that needs to be reset and focused. Once all of this has been done, the doors can be opened to the public. And when the show is over, the team have to do it again, and again, and again, for 22 days. There's a lot to learn for the new volunteers, and to start with, everything takes longer than it should.
When you're folding it though, you are pushing it downstage, which will hit this. Right? What you may be doing is just pull this downstage.
Jess and Humphrey have just joined the team today, 2 technical volunteers, so they're having to operate a show that they're seeing for the first time. So some things, were quite stressful. Getting the projector working always stressful, and that ate up what should have been a lunch break.
So wedges, I've got to keep the wedges
And
somewhere
did
safe.
Kev tell you about this? Do you
Yes,
not
he
need
did.
to coil it in the back?
Yes, I do.
So you make that the first thing you do
Okay.
with the lights, because
Okay.
it's your thing.
Definitely.
And I'll take this.
The other thing about being up here is we've got this going on here at 12:45 every day, and across the city there are hundreds, if not thousands, of events going on at the same time. So my other real fear is whether anyone's going to come and see us.
There we go.
It is Unfolding Theatre's first time at Edinburgh, and no one knows who we are. We do have some friends who are here. I do know some people who live in Edinburgh, but they're not going to be enough to fill 21 shows, 150 seats or whatever it is. So that's one of the things I'm really nervous about.
To help fill those seats, the marketing volunteers head into town each day to hand out flyers. But with so many other shows doing the same, it can be a frustrating task.
It's a lot easier to get people interested on the mile, but in quieter places you've got to try and drag them in and be like, come to see this. On the stage at St Stephen's. Got to get used to the rejection. On the stage at St Stephen's.
As word spreads about the venue, it isn't long before a steady flow of people start to make their way down the hill to St Stephen's.
Lots of special things happen today. Slung Low have arrived with their remarkable knowledge emporium. But the other big thing that's happening at St Stephen's tonight is the opening of Oh the Humanity, which is a Northern Stage production directed by Erica Wyman.
As the public gathers outside for the sold-out performance, the technical team race to get the enormous set in position before the doors open. As the end of the run nears, the team finally has a chance to reflect upon their time at St Stephen's.
I don't think we could have hoped for any better with the press that we've had around it and tweeting and everything. Everyone has just had so many positive things to say about the building and the way it's been run and everything. And I think that's all credit to the volunteers more than anything.
Take the next four, please.
And it's just like watching a professional team.
Yeah, we love it.
It's great.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think we started both equally clueless.
Yeah, we did.
And now we're still clueless, but we're less clueless about different things.
Yeah, we work really well together. Like, you're more better at like lighting.
Ladders.
I hate ladders because I'm scared of heights. But I'm better at like, do this, do that, and telling people what to do.
Yeah.
We have been lucky to get the type of volunteers that we got, but they've just been so fantastic in their, you know what I mean, their ability to be here all the time and just like, you know, enthusiastic, like beyond belief.
We cover each other's tracks pretty well.
Yeah, we do. But we're not annoying with it though.
I don't think so.
You think I'm annoying,
I don't think you're annoying.
Okay.
No, never.
I always knew it was going to be a pioneering effort, but I think it's done extremely well. Some shows have done, commercially extremely well, but some because they had a following, others because they're perhaps more well known. But I think it's also supported other companies that are newer and whose work is less well known. So I think as a venture, I think it's worked extremely well.
It's been the best Edinburgh Festival yet because of this venue. Because it doesn't feel like you're just turning up to do your show at a space that you've hired. It feels like everyone really cares about it, and I've never really wanted a venue to to own a bit of what we are until now. Now it feels like we take pride in being here and they take pride in us being here, whereas I've never really felt that before. So it's really nice.
Hello.
Is this a boob tube?
Hello.
It's such an enormous festival, and being part of it, you can sometimes feel a bit lost in it all, and you're not sure whether you're making the impression you wanted to make. But I think we have. I'm really proud of us. I'm really, really proud of us, and it's meant a huge amount. And I couldn't have been here. We couldn't have been here unless Northern Stage had done this. Absolutely. So it feels. I feel incredibly grateful. I feel very lucky.
I think if I'd written a list at the beginning of the festival of all of the things that realistically but optimistically could happen, and then doubled that list, that's what's happened. I feel very lucky. It's been quite overwhelming, actually. It's been amazing.
The artist-led thing is in our building back in Newcastle, and I think we brought those same core values back up here. And to be honest with you, it's felt strangely comfortable. I mean, there's been moments of high drama and tension, but I don't think it's ever felt that we're out of our depth, because the team's so strong.
After staging over 150 shows in 22 days, St Stephen's comes to a close with a sold-out performance of The Ugly Sisters by Rush Dash.
The abiding memory for me will be the feeling from outside the doors of the shows just happening and the applause coming and the audience is turning up, and this really precious feeling that people came, people loved what we'd done.